We made it, guys! It's because of you I'm here in the top 10. For those of you who voted for me every day, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. So this is the final round, guys, and it's really important. If you want to see me as the next Pacifica Muse, you gotta vote for me. And remember, you can vote 3 times a day. So check out the description box to see how you can vote. For this final round, we've been challenged to share our story on how we overcame a tough situation, anchored on a look or a beauty routine. So my final entry is closely tied to the first and second entry, because it's the very reason why I'm passionate about helping people find your self-worth. I don't share this very often, but I felt that this is the right opportunity for me to share. My childhood was not always magical. I went through a traumatic experience that was carried throughout my childhood until I was 17. And I'm gonna say it. I was molested. As a child, I don't know how I survived just bearing all that pain inside. But as I grew older, all of those painful memories surfaced. And it was really difficult for me to face another day. I remember crying every day, wanting the pain to disappear. Back then I wasn't very much into makeup, and the only thing I could do is put on a smile and go to work. But what kept me safe was the love that my trusted friends and family have shown me. Their love kept me present, away from the battles in my mind, and helped me realize my self-worth. And once I started to believe that, things turned around for me. And now here I am, married to my husband. And that realization has never been more clear. As I see his worth, I'm also reminded of mine. I love that man. Now when times get tough, I'm challenged to see those days differently by choosing to highlight the good and to not let the worst get the best of me. And looking back, I see how far I've come. I choose to highlight the magic my childhood still had and to create a better future by choosing to be happy today. This is what my final entry is about. Highlighting the best of you. In times like these when it's hard to get out the door, feeling your best starts with recharging your skin. Relieving it from stress can help you feel better. So I'm starting with a few drops from this facial cleansing oil to remove any makeup residue or tears from the night before. So I'm massaging that into my skin, especially around my eyes, in circular motions all over. Then I'm wiping it all off with a lukewarm washcloth. And for that extra oomph, I'm gonna pamper my skin with this Detox mask, applying a thin layer across my skin, especially on the areas where my pores tend to open, which usually is my forehead. And I love this part when it dries on my skin. It's so refreshing. Then after a couple of minutes, I just rinse it off. And now to moisturize, I'm using this roll-on facial oil. It's a no-mess application. It's great for hydrating tired skin, especially balancing oily skin. That's why I love it so much. Massaging it in is the best way to benefit the most out of it, with upward and circular motions, focusing on the tense areas like the neck, the jaw, and basically any area that needs release. For me, it's my jaw, and the sore areas like around the eyes. This feels so energizing, and this oil smells so good, making it so therapeutic. Moving on to makeup, skincare does not end with Pacifica. This brightening primer not only gives a smooth finish, it recharges the skin as well. And again, I'm massaging that in. With the Ultra CC cream, I'm gonna stipple and buff that in with my brush, just to even out my skin tone. I'm keeping the coverage here so that my skin shines through. Today, we don't want to cake up, we want to look fresh and radiant. So I'm making sure I'm blending that well, especially in the areas that need more color correction. With the Transcendent concealer, I'm going to summon the light to my dark areas and highlight. If you guys see my previous videos, you know I love to highlight. It actually makes me look well rested. So I'm melting that in with my finger and blending it out with my brush. Now that our skin is looking much better, the next step is to redefine those eyes. Especially when they get puffy, we want to lift them up, starting with the brows, slightly lifting the arch with light strokes. With the stunning brows, I'm just gonna brush my brows upwards and set it in place, keeping them lifted all day. And oh, the difference it makes. Bam! The eyebrows are done. Now let's move on to priming those eyes. I'm using the magical multi-pencil in Bare to neutralize any redness my eyes may have, all over the lids, the inner corners, and lower lash line, especially my waterline. And let's not forget to blend. And I'm using my ring finger just to do that. And now that it's neutralized, it's time to define with eyeshadow. First, I'm using the shade Shine On from the Power of Love palette to set that pencil we just applied to keep the lids from getting oily. With the natural eye pencil in Jet, I'm just going to create a slight wing and line half of my upper lash line with short strokes. And no perfection is required here because we're going to smudge it out. With a pencil brush, I'm taking Falling Star from that same palette and smudging it all over the liner and taking it down to my lower lash line. Then I'm blending the shade Treasure into my crease and my lid and my lower lash line as well. You can intensify with more liner and smudging for a smokier effect. I love how this makes my lashes look fuller, especially with mascara. I'm using the Aquarian Gaze Water Resistant Mascara to volumize and elongate my lashes top and bottom. When your eyes get teary during the day, there's no need to worry with this one. See what a smoky liner can do? I love how it defines and lifts my eyes. Now that our eyes are done, let's bring in some radiance with highlighting. It's my favorite step. First, I'm gonna set my base with a little bit of Perfect Lotus powder. This will add coverage to where I need it. Set my concealer and control shine on my T-zone. And now for the best part, I'm gonna use Radiant Shimmer Coconut Multiples, and with the shade Moonlit, I'm gonna highlight the areas that naturally catch light, like the cheekbone, lightly dabbing that on. See how that glistens? I'm also applying that on my brow bone, on top of my brow, on my nose bridge, and on top of my lips and my chin. And placing that in the inner corners also brightens my eyes. See how one side is radiant than the other? I love how highlighting catches the light and brings out your best features. Now to finish off the look, I'm just gonna add bronze to the perimeters of my face and to the sides of my nose for a little bit of warmth. Then pop on a little bit of blush called Wild Rose on the apples of my cheeks just to make them blush. For those of you with oily skin, you can use the Golden Lotus highlighting powder to highlight and apply it on the areas where we highlighted earlier. I'm just using this to set and intensify those areas. Now that we've highlighted our best features, the last step is to make your smile brighter. I'm using the Power of Love Natural Lipstick in Compassion Passion. It is a bright nude pink that will liven up my smile. I'm applying it generously and patting it into my lips. And with Island Rose from the Coconut Multiples, I'm just gonna pat that on the center of my lips and on my Cupid's bow. Now that your smile is brighter, all you have to do is let your hair down, take a deep breath, and be brave. No matter what situation you're in, nothing can ever take away your value. Just as the moon gazes at the sun, you reflect what you choose to focus on. I strongly encourage you to focus on your value and take it from there. Right now, if you are in a similar situation, I'm here for you. You deserve so much more. Thank you all for watching. I hope this video has inspired and helped you in some way. If you want to vote for me, head over to pacificamuse.com, and remember, you can vote for me 3 times a day. Whether I make it or not, this has been an amazing experience. Thanks to Pacifica and all of you. I love you all so much.